Welcome to Imaginary Interviews. Interviews with the living, the dead, the real, and the imaginary. We're very excited, thrilled today to be interviewing a very special guest. I don't know how you get much more special than this, but anyhow, today we are interviewing Jesus. So please welcome to our podcast, Jesus.
Thank you, my son.
Do I call you Jesus, Mr. Christ, God, JC, Jesus?
Jesus is fine.
Okay, well, Jesus, what have you been up to lately?
Well, we're getting ready for the second coming, you know.
Oh, I thought that was a metaphor.
A metaphor for what?
You know, world enlightenment.
Well, that would be nice, but how would that happen?
Well, all kinds of people are waking up to their divine nature.
Without me?
Well, not that you didn't do your part.
Thanks.
But so many people misinterpreted what you were saying.
What do you mean?
Well, when you said, I and the Father are one, they took that to mean that only you and the Father are one.
Oh, dear. I was speaking for everybody. Well, I guess something got lost in the translation.
A lot of people use your name to, well, you heard about the Crusades, right, and the Inquisition?
Well, yes, but I thought they were just metaphors.
No, they were pretty real.
You know, life is an illusion, or at least life as we see it is.
That's hard to remember when you're in the middle of living it.
Yes, that's why we're planning a big do in the second coming, to remind everybody Lazarus is not dead, he is but sleeping.
Yeah, I remember that story.
It wasn't a story, I lived it.
Speaking of which, can you set a few things straight for me?
Sure.
But let's break for a moment and identify our station, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Okay, I'm just going to throw out a few words to you and get your reaction, okay?
Okay.
Okay, virgin birth.
Metaphor. The truth is, Joseph was getting busy with my mother before they got married, so it was Joseph who came up with the virgin birth story.
Okay, the resurrection.
Well, I'm here, aren't I?
Yes, I can't argue with that. In the book of John, it refers to the disciple John as the one Jesus loved.
I loved all my disciples, but in different ways. With John, I practiced what you might call sensual accommodation.
How about Mary Magdalene?
Yes, I loved her too.
Did you sensually accommodate her?
Sensual accommodation had been her profession, so no, it didn't feel right.
The Gospels of Thomas, Mary, and so on.
Yes, they should have been included in the New Testament.
Judas.
Judas was a friend and a disciple. He played his part. If he hadn't ratted me out, no crucifixion, no resurrection, no denouement, no story.
Buddha.
Yes, he was one of my teachers in a previous life.
You had a previous life?
Many.
How about Mohammed?
Well, he was respectful to me, but I'd say just because the angel Gabriel says it's so doesn't make it so.
Christian Science.
All those people were on the way to putting me out of a job. But that's what a good parent wants. They want their kids to stand on their own 2 feet. Too many people out there are still willing to let Jesus do it.
The Jews.
Well, you remember I am a Jew. What you should really be asking is the Christians.
Okay, the Christians.
Well, Christianity is more Paul's religion than it is mine. I didn't set up a church other than metaphorically.
So the Pope?
Well, I like Pope Francis personally, but like I say, this whole Christianity thing was more Paul's idea than mine.
The poor.
This does piss me off. Everybody keeps trying to narrow my message down to take care of the poor. What I said was, it is easier for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven than it is for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. Like Buddha taught me, get rid of your attachments, whatever they are, in order to allow room for the truth.
On that note, let's take another short break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to part 3 of our special interview with Jesus. We last spoke about your relationship to the poor.
Yes, the point is one of humility, not poverty. What you do for the least of them, you do for me. Or what you do for the least of them, you do to me. Or said another way, what you do to the least of them, you do to you.
Okay, celibacy.
Oh, Jesus. That was all Paul.
Okay, your mother Mary.
A great woman, a humble woman, not a virgin.
Your father Joseph.
A humble man, my genetic father, a great jokester.
For example?
Well, the virgin birth.
Faith.
Faith is good. Faith that there can be no problem without a solution. Faith that you have the God-given potential to access that solution.
Your ab routine. You look fabulous on the cross.
My ab routine was lots of cardio. We did a lot of walking in those days. Also, not a lot of food. Sometimes not enough food.
By the way, what do you look like?
Well, you tell me.
Well, I'd say you look Middle Eastern, kind of like Palestinian. Dark hair, dark skin. I might even say beautiful.
Thank you.
Anti-Semitism.
Well, I am Semitic, so I'm against anti-Semitism. I guess you could say I'm anti-Semitism.
Your disciples.
Well, there were 12 of them, each one representing a different sign of the human psyche, or said another way, a different sign of the zodiac. Peter is Aries, Simon is Taurus, James is Gemini, Andrew is Cancer, John is Leo, Philip is Virgo, Nathaniel is Libra, Thomas is Scorpio, James is Sagittarius, Matthew is Capricorn, Thaddeus is Aquarius, Judas is Pisces. Actually, there were more disciples. Mary Magdalene was a disciple. My mother Mary was a disciple. Many others.
Satan.
Satan played his part, kind of like Judas. And Satan still plays his part. Satan offered me the world. I knew the world was an illusion. I was and am interested in what is back and behind the world of illusion, what is back and behind the world of time, space, change, and appearance.
The Last Supper.
I never said it. It's cannibalism. Eat my body, drink my blood, ingest my words, not my body.
Well, Jesus, I'd like to thank you for your time.
Yes, I must be about my father's business.
What is your father's business?
Aluminum siding. No, I'm just kidding. My father's business is everything.
Well, have a blessed day.
You too, my son. See you at the second coming.
Looking forward to it. And thank you for listening to Imaginary Interviews. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.